Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's going on, guys? It is Daniel, and we are back here again today. Today we have a dawah video. This is from One True Message Foundation, I believe. Not to be confused, I believe, with One Message Foundation. Anyways, I actually already watched a bit of this video, and I thought this was a special video. It's a young man. He appears to be English. And he's very smart. He's very smart and quite logical, but he's got some dunya blockages that is they're keeping him, they're preventing him from accepting Islam. Although he's very close, you can tell in the video he's very close. So I like to watch these videos because I believe it kind of sharpens my dawah skills, which I believe is important as a Muslim. I think we should all be able to give dawah to some extent. Because if you can't, reminds me of the Albert Einstein quote, if you can't explain something to a 3-year-old, you really don't understand it yourself. So if we can't explain to non-Muslims or Muslims alike why being a Muslim is good, then we need to think about our deen more. We need to learn more. So, like I said, I want to watch this video with you all, brothers and sisters, and let's see if we can get to the bottom of this. One True Message Foundation.
Do you know what it is? I'll be real. Without any means of disrespect, I follow my own means. I take like me personally. I take like influences from everyone's opinions, in a sense of whatever your beliefs are compared to mine. It's like I respect you for your beliefs, but I'm more of like I have to see it to believe it kind of guy. And even then, I'm still skeptic.
He said a lot of stuff there. He said, I do things my own way, meaning that he's having reservations about following rules, which this is natural. I think it's a natural response that humans have. We are hesitant about accepting new rules into our life because it may be difficult. It may be difficult and it might affect our life negatively. And then he said at the end there, what did he say? He said, but I'm more of a see it to believe it kind of guy, which I believe it gets shut. I mean, that's a pretty easy to answer because there's a lot of things you can't see that you also believe in. So I think he shuts him down to, example, electricity.
See the air you breathe? The air that you breathe?
No.
You can't
Do you believe in God?
No, I'm not.
So that's the first thing, isn't it?
I'm not.
Do you think it makes sense that there's no God? Deep down, be honest.
If I'm real, I'll be very real.
Yeah.
There's no reason for there not to be. There's not like I don't think because you believe in God that makes you like you. Do you know what I mean? It's not that. It's like
agnostic.
No one knows nothing. So for someone to believe in something, it's not.
Can I give you some evidence of God?
Give me what?
Yes. The very fact you're standing in front of me, having a conversation with me, is a proof that there's a creator. Did you ever think of that? Did you ever see yourself as an evidence for God?
Nah.
Why not?
Do you know what it is? It's because it's in real levels. I don't know what to believe. I just go about my day, do my thing.
Yeah.
I don't really think into where I come from or where anything come from. Just get my stuff
It's
done.
shallow though, don't you think?
It is.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful.
What Aki could have done here, our brother here giving dawah, he explained to him that his existence itself is actually a proof for God, but he didn't explain why that's true. And so you kind of have to explain that. I think probably the way I would explain it is basically for something to exist, it has to either have existed forever or at some point it came into existence, i.e. it was created. And it's impossible for something to create itself. And so, because something can't exist to create itself before it was created, right? It's illogical. Plus, you can get most people to admit that they haven't existed forever, so that means they were created at some point. And so you have one or two options. It's either you've existed forever or you had a creator.
Oh no, it's not. It's not at all. It's. Do you know what it is?
I'm a bit of it. I just say it how it is.
No,
I wear my
I'm
heart
the
on my
same.
sleeve.
I'm the same. My brother's Muslim, which is why I learned a few little bits here and there. I don't know everything. I don't claim to know anything. But it's.
If you look closely, you can see above his left eyebrow, he actually has some kind of Arabic tattoo. Can't see.
Seeing him a Muslim and praying and being like true to his faith. How does that make you
A lot of
feel?
my friends are Muslim as well. Do you know what it is? It's inspirational in certain senses for me, because it's like you've got such a strong belief of something and you're so passionate about it, just like I am on my career. And it's like I can respect that, because
Do you think you're enslaved to your career?
No, because I don't have to be where I am. I choose to be where I am because
Yeah.
I love what I do.
Yeah, but you do it because you get paid for it.
No, I don't.
Would you
get
do
paid
it
for
any?
my career.
Okay. So
The career I'm in right now, I'm not getting paid for.
Okay.
The means that I make to money are just based off of opportunities that I get.
I understand.
You know what
I understand, because there's a verse that came into my head. Allah says in the Quran, some people are actually slaves to their own desires. Some people are slaves to their
Yeah,
paycheck.
he mentioned he finds Islam inspiring because he sees how, he himself is devoted to his career, and his friends are devoted to their religion, and so he can draw similarities between that. Yeah, well, the difference is, those are both means, right? But they're means to what end? What is the result at the end of his life of having a career? He's going to die, and then it's going to be gone. Everything he did in his career, the money he gained, the experiences that he had with people, everything will be gone. But for the Muslims, our belief is that our practice throughout our life actually has infinite rewards, right? Because we'll have rewards in the afterlife, whereas his rewards from his career are only within this life. They're contained within the vacuum of this universe and within this lifetime, whereas Muslims, we practice for the next life, which lasts forever.
Some people are slaves to women. Yeah? We believe as Muslims, we're slaves to Allah, the one true creator. Now, let me ask you a
Right.
question, right?
Yeah.
That bottle you're holding.
Yeah.
If I came to you and I said, look, that bottle with the lid and the screw and the label and the writing and everything, and the ribbed bits and this and the
Yeah.
and the mountain inside here, and
Classic.
if I said to you, look, Lewis, it just popped into existence. Like, I was walking in the Sahara Desert one day, where there's plenty of oil that comes out of the ground,
Yeah.
there's sun that shines, there's rain that comes down, maybe a sandstorm,
Yeah.
and over billions and billions of years, this bottle, Evian and everything, 1.5 litre, footprint, Wimbledon, it just popped into existence, and I was just there, and I just picked it up and had a sip.
Yeah.
Would you believe me?
No.
No. Okay, so now, apply that principle to your human being self, right? Your eyes are over 250 megapixels. You see in 3D.
Yeah.
You've got eyebrows covering your eyes so that when your forehead sweats, the salty sweat from your forehead doesn't go into your eye and damage your vision.
Yeah.
Yeah? Your nose sits right above your mouth so you can smell the food before you eat it.
Yep.
Your ears are perfectly positioned for you to have spatial 3D surround sound.
Yeah.
Right? Every part of your body indicates that it was designed.
Yeah.
So what part of you and your logic believe that you were not designed?
Well, this is the thing. I don't believe that I wasn't designed, and I don't believe I was designed. I'm just like
No, but you can't just sit on the fence for the rest of your life.
No, but that's just how I do it, because do you know what it is? It prevents arguments.
No, but it's not about
the reason-
arguments.
no,
Look,
I know.
if
but
I came to you
no,
right
the
now-
reason why I say it. Put
Sorry,
it this
go
way.
on. You
I've had enough conversations about topics like this when it comes to beliefs, when it comes to racism, when it comes to people's just like opinions of things. And the reason why I choose to stay away from it is because I'm a firm believer of I have love for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't have no disrespect for no one. If I
No,
you know
you
what I
seem
mean?
like a genuine
Yeah,
guy.
I'm not that guy. I'm
yeah.
more of like I do my own means. I keep to myself.
Yeah.
I spread love.
Yeah.
Part of what I do as an artist, as a singer, is I spread love with my lyrics, my words.
Nice.
And I use it to
Nice. No,
just
Question for him: do you love falsehood? Do you respect falsehood? If someone tells a lie, do you love it? Do you respect it? His answer will be no, right? So ultimately, you have to take some position. You have to eventually take a position, and to just say that, oh well, I don't know. I don't want to hear what you have to say because I don't know. It's like it's okay to admit you don't know, but you should then listen to both sides and see what is honestly more logical, because he recognizes he's sitting on the fence. So either one or the other is true. Of course, saying I don't know isn't a good answer, right, to anything. So he should. I agree with what our brother here is saying, that you can't sit on the fence like that. I used to be agnostic myself, and I heard that argument before, like, oh, you can't sit on the fence your whole life. And I thought, well, what? Yeah. What if I just really don't know? Which I think, yeah, I guess maybe it's just a part of his life. It was a part of my life as well, where we just really don't know, and so may Allah give him guidance.
To pick my pain, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I hope that it helps someone else.
Okay.
So when it comes to religion, or it comes to any sort of these sort of conversations,
You shy away from
I
it.
shy away from it, but it's only because there's certain people out there, when you're having conversations with them, not unlike yourself, because you seem very open-minded, that aren't.
Thank you.
So it's just like, for instance, I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
Why are you Christian?
Yeah.
You're bad
You're
for not being
misguided.
Christian.
Yeah.
Go to hell. Do you know what I mean?
That's
that I
not-
don't respect.
I believe.
You know what I mean?
He seems like he's a very nice guy. He seems he has very good intentions. He's saying that he doesn't like to offend people. That's good. You shouldn't want to offend people. So he's afraid to take a position because sometimes it leads to arguments. And so for him to just not take a position is easier.
That Allah, God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, has given mankind guidance from the very start. Yeah? And it's mankind that chose to turn away from the guidance. Right. I can't force you. There's a verse in the Quran. Allah says in the Quran, La ikraha fid din. Yeah? In the religion there is no compulsion. I can't put a gun to your head and say, bruv, you've got to become a Muslim right now. What I can do though is humbly, respectfully, we're having a conversation, not a debate, not an argument. We're having a nice discussion.
Good dawah.
Yeah? Human being to human being. Yeah? Brother to brother. We're all sons of Adam, I believe. So you're my brother in that sense. That I can show you my evidences. Yeah? Now my evidence is this. Look, my brother, respectfully speaking, yeah? What you've said to me is kind of like, it's like this. Look, if I came to you and I said, look, Lewis, 5 plus 5 is 15.
Okay.
And everybody's around you saying 5 plus 5 is 15. 5 plus 5 is 15. Now in your heart of hearts, you know
That's not true.
that's not true.
No.
It's physically impossible for 5 plus 5 to be 15 in any which way you look at it. And then all of a sudden, a Muslim comes to you, this brother.
It's more like the Muslim is saying 5 plus 5 is 10. The rest of the world is saying 5 plus 5 is 15. And he's saying, I don't know. When they answer clearly, if you just sit down and think about it, you see 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 10. It's pretty simple.
It says, Lewis, look, bruv, 5 plus 5, it's actually 10. Are you going to accept the truth?
Yeah.
Or are you going to say, no, I'm just going to do my way, like, I don't want to argue, I don't want to...
Yeah.
You're going to be like...
Good dawah,
You're
good dawah.
true.
You know what,
He
bruv?
nailed him
You got-
down
I
there.
respect that. I respect where your mind's going with this. You're a very smart man.
No, I'm not. I wish I was.
I'm.
No, but
That was
answer the
really
question
good.
first. Before you give me something else.
I'm not. That's.
Would you accept it?
Well, of course I would.
Excellent.
But I'm logic.
He's not
Fact.
convinced. He's not convinced.
Excellent.
Give you a.
Excellent. I like
If I
logic.
stood on your foot and you
Yes.
said "ow," you're
Yes,
gonna look.
I like logic and facts.
I know that.
Yeah.
That's what I love. If I'm as honest as I can be, I
Yeah.
just don't care.
Oh,
Really?
Like, and I know that sounds
different.
bad, or
Switch
it
it up
sounds
now.
like raw. I just don't care.
So he kind of said two things there. At first he said, I'm really, I hear what you're saying, but I'm really logic driven and I like evidence. And I think, for me, what I think is that you can never have 100% proof of God. I mean, you have to ask people, like, what would you accept as proof of God? Like, you can't, do you think God is going to, like, come down to you and speak to you? I mean, if you had I could imagine if some atheist suddenly had a voice come in their head and say, God is real, they're going to be like, oh, maybe I have schizophrenia, and they're going to go to the doctor, right? So, and little did they know, that was literally God speaking to them, It could have been. So you have to ask people, if you want evidence, what do you accept as evidence of God? My belief is that God will never give us 100% evidence of God, there will always be an ability for us to doubt it. Because that's just the nature of humanity. We have free will. God gave us free will to doubt the existence of God. And that's the whole point of life. Life is a test. Life is a test. And so what good teacher would give the answers to the test? They would never, right? They give you, they prepare you. They prepare you like Allah gives us signs, right? But Allah's never going to 100% give you all the answers, right? Because that's not the point of this life. The point of this life is a test. Yeah, and then he said, I just don't care. I just don't care. And I think that's actually a front when he says, I just don't care. He does care, but there's still something he has reservations about within Islam. And he's too kind to say it, or maybe even think it. Who knows?
I just want to get on with my day and get my stuff done. I don't look into these things because they don't.
Okay.
It's not something I want to ponder on. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't involve myself. It's just not. I don't have any interest in it. It's like, put it.
Yeah, you do. If you're standing under this tent and speaking to this man for this long, I mean, this video is 40-something minutes long. You care. I mean, you definitely care.
This way. It's like,
put it this way:
like
if you had a son,
it's like you being a truck driver and me being a footballer.
Okay.
yeah,
But you
You're-
don't
you're-
like football.
yeah.
I don't have any enjoyment in football.
Yeah.
You don't have any enjoyment in being a truck driver.
Yeah.
But we both enjoy what we do.
Right.
And me just being myself, I don't know. It's just never something that's lightened in my head.
let-
Both my parents are religious, but I've never seen the interest.
Benefit.
Yeah, but I've never seen the interest in, without being disrespectful here, but I've never seen the interest.
Bro, there's no disrespect.
Yeah.
Go, just feel free.
No, but I've never found the interest in following something where you have to lead your life by rules.
Oh, there it
lead
is.
your life by, because
That's it.
You already are.
I know, but I've got very high morals. I love people. I'm
Yeah.
always helping. I'm
Yeah.
always being a part, being the best person I can be to shed light. Be the thing you want to see in the world. Do you know what
There,
I
he
mean?
finally said it. I don't want to follow rules.
I'm always firm on that.
Let me come in here.
But
Lewis,
when
yeah?
it comes to religion, I just feel like it's too much. I don't want to have to feel
There's
like that. do you
two
know what
things I
mean?
want to touch on.
Go.
Yeah. First one is morals.
Yeah.
And the second one is rules.
Yeah.
So let me start with rules actually. So what you said that you don't like following rules necessarily,
Yeah,
right? Now, I'm like that as well. You can ask him. Like he'll ask me to do something, I'll be like, I'll just sit there and be like, nah. I'm like, why not? I just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah? And it drives him crazy sometimes. But what I want to ask you, you're already following rules.
Does that make sense?
Did you choose to be a white man with blue eyes?
No.
They are blue, aren't they?
Yeah.
Did you choose to be a white man with blue eyes?
No.
Did you choose to be 6'1" tall?
No.
You didn't, did you? Did you choose to have a ginger beard?
No.
You didn't choose
Wish I
any of
could
these.
change
You followed the will of your creator. Whether you choose to accept him or not, you already
Get
follow.
out of the
As
shot,
soon
man.
as you wake up, all night you're breathing. This is you following the rules of your creator. Why do you keep blinking? Why do you keep blinking? Because the creator made a rule in your cells and your biology, and he hardwired it into you that you have to follow those rules, whether you like it or not.
I think what would have been a more productive angle here, that was good, but I think what may have been better is like, recognize what's in front of you. This guy's a nice guy, right? He's admitting, like, he seems honest as well. He seems to love people around him and take care of people around him. And so, like, that's already basically the majority of Islam, no? So what about Islam is holding you back? That would be my question to him. What are the rules of Islam that you think are just too much that you can't accept Islam? You're already doing most of it. You're already being nice to people, loving your neighbors, right? Telling the truth, not lying, right? So you're already doing a lot of it. So what's holding you back? That'd be my question.
Now you can say to me, I'm going to stop following those rules, bruv. I'm going to say, well, you're being stupid. You're being stupid because you're going to die. If you stop breathing, you're just going to die. Like, no, I'm not following the rules, bruv. No, I'm not having it. I don't want to follow rules. Well, stop breathing then, bruv. Stop blinking then. Do you feel me? Do you see where I'm
get
going?
you.
Right.
I do get you.
Excellent.
I do
Now, the
get
second thing I want to touch on, that was the first thing, right? That was rules. The second thing I want to touch on is morals. Where do you derive your morals from? Where do you get your moral?
There you go.
Do you believe you have a?
That's
Everyone
the
should have a
question.
subjective morality.
No, I believe that within everyone there should be a sense of understanding.
Yeah. So everyone's got a subjective morality.
Yeah, I believe that everyone should have as a human being, have the general sense of understanding. To see that, say, a man sleeping in the street in the rain, the standard, my standard human practice would be.
He's saying everyone should be compassionate, but where is he getting that from? What is he basing that on?
Either go and buy him a blanket or give him something.
He won't have an
Take
answer.
So would
something
it
off
be
me.
fair for, let's say, for example, you've got your own set of morals and beliefs,
Yeah.
and then he's got his own set of morals and beliefs,
Yeah.
and then he's got his own set of morals. Do you believe that that's just, everyone's got their own subjective morality to live by,
Yeah.
and
I guess well, yeah, everyone believes what they want.
right?
So,
Let me tell you something. What you just said to me tells me you have no morals.
why?
Think about it. If everybody had your way of thinking
Yeah.
and said, I've got my morals, I'm going to live by my own principles,
Yeah.
and everybody did that,
Well done, well done.
essentially there would be no principle.
I get it.
Digest it. Digest
I
it.
know. I know what you're saying, but for me,
Man's got bars, bro. Man's got bars,
no,
bro.
for me,
Getting them up.
what I'm trying to say, right,
Yeah.
is I had to learn that no one thinks the same, and I had to learn from experiences that no one thinks the same.
Yeah.
In my mind, I wish that everybody had a sense of understanding,
Except Islam.
but I don't believe that everyone does.
Except Islam.
It's not me, bro. It's
Yeah,
not-
he's actually I see what the ginger here is saying, our brother here with the tattoos. He's saying everyone should be compassionate, but he understands that everyone's not compassionate. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but he needs to tell us, where is he getting the should from? Why should we be compassionate? Upon what is that based?
I mean,
Islam, bro.
it's
And
not
you-
about
you-
me.
you wouldn't have
let me
an
tell
answer
you
for
something,
that.
yeah? Let me give you let me give you a couple of minute breakdown, and then you can
Because, just to interrupt again, I could say everyone should be angry all the time. You know what I mean? So, and he would say, why? I said, well, that's just what I believe. And so, my point is that when you just say, oh, everyone should do this or everyone should do that, well, you have to actually base that on something. And he wouldn't have anything to base we should be compassionate on because he might say, well, because that feels right. Well, I could say another thing feels right. So, yeah, it's his worldview is actually based on nothing, but he doesn't understand that.
After that, I'll let you go, yeah?
Yeah.
As Muslims, we believe there's one creator, right? Of that creator, there's no image,
Yeah.
there's no form.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is. It's an energy, the almighty, the all-powerful, the all-knowing, the all-wise, yeah?
Actually, before you forward,
Go on.
I should have said that.
Go on, then.
I believe in energy. I'm a very strong believer
Excellent,
in energy. When I
excellent.
walk into a room and project what I give as a human being,
Yes.
that's what I don't expect back, but that's what I
You
choose to
believe,
accept.
okay.
I believe in energy.
Excellent.
I can't say to you, because it would be false.
Yeah.
I can't say to you that I don't believe there is an energy.
Ah, now we're going
Because
somewhere.
that's not what I'm talking
Excellent.
about. I just believe that
Okay.
whatever people choose to believe is their own thing. I live my life by my own means.
Okay,
I
now
don't want to.
let's go.
That's Islamic. I mean, there's no compulsion in the religion of Islam. We also feel the same way. We live our life how we live it, and what other people do, up to a certain extent, we don't try to change.
Let's go. Let's follow that through to its
And that extent would basically be if they threaten our lives.
logical conclusion. You believe there's some form of energy out there. Right, excellent. If I had a cup of tea, a teacup, a tea bag,
Yeah,
spoon of sugar,
yeah.
a kettle, and I had all the ingredients to make what? A proper English cuppa. Yeah? That teacup and the tea bag and the kettle sat there,
Yeah.
and 1 billion years passed. Would there ever be a cup of tea made?
Say that again.
So we've got a table, with a cup,
Yeah.
a tea bag, some sugar, milk,
Yeah.
and and water, and a kettle.
Yeah.
Would there ever be a cup of tea made if we left it there for a billion years?
No.
Never.
No.
Why?
Because there's no one left to make a cup of tea.
Thank you. So, in the same way, when the Big Bang happened,
Yeah.
however it happened,
Do you believe in the Big Bang
yeah, of
Theory?
course.
For some reason in my mind, from what I've heard, religion don't believe in the
No,
Big Bang.
you're superimposing Christianity onto Islam, right? The Quran actually speaks about the expanding universe,
Okay.
right? It's one of the miracles of the Quran.
I think some Christians also believe in the Big Bang. I don't see why it would be contradictory. I mean, Christians also believe in that God is a creator, so God as the creator could cause the universe to expand.
It says we made this universe.
But there are some, of course, there's some like traditionalists. Oh no, science, Big Bang, that's all wrong. Jesus is Lord.
Expanding. And scientists over 50 years ago, they actually looked out into the atmosphere and they said that there is like a blue tinge to the atmosphere.
Okay.
And what that indicates is that it's expanding.
I shouldn't mock Christians like that. Astaghfirullah.
Now, this is something that a man in the desert 1,400 years ago was given revelation from his creator, right? Who we believe is almighty,
Yeah.
all-knowing, all-wise, all-powerful, all-energy.
I was giving some
all
serious
loving,
dawah here.
Yeah? All-hearing, all-seeing. These are all attributes of the creator. We don't call him a man. Laysa kamithlihi shay. There is nothing like unto him.
Okay.
Yeah? Anything you can think of with our defective human minds is not him, is not God, is not a creator. We can't call that God a man in the sky with a white thobe and blonde hair and blue eyes. That's not our image of God.
That's a media.
We don't believe Jesus is part of that God.
Yeah.
We believe that God is
You call Jesus Isa? Is it Isa?
Isa, right? So that is why I'm
It astounds me how much more knowledgeable Brits are about Islam than Americans. And I'm telling you, you could randomly pick 100 Americans, and I bet maybe one would know that. But Brits, like you Muslims in England, y'all are doing good dawah, I guess, because Brits are much more knowledgeable about Islam than Americans.
saying to you, the Big Bang, for it to happen, right? Just like that cup of tea would never get made.
There has to be
For
something.
that Big Bang to actually start, there had to be somebody who willed it to start. And without that will,
The gears are turning. You can see it.
Lewis,
Yeah.
forgot that, sorry.
Gears are
Without
turning.
that will, Lewis, that would never have actually started. Are you following?
There's a way.
Right. So that creator, over years and time and throughout, from the start of the universe to now,
Yeah.
that creator found it befitting, right? Found it
Whoa,
befitting
whoa,
to send his creation
Aki,
some form of
Aki.
guidance, some rules to live by, right? Because humbly speaking,
Yeah,
respectfully speaking,
You're in the shot,
Had-
man.
human beings been left to their own devices,
They would have destroyed themselves.
they would have and we're seeing that today.
Guaranteed.
Right? You've seen LGBTQ2 movement,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Now it's gone to
LGBTQ,
animal
PAP,
dysphoria.
1, 2,
So
3,
people
4,
Do you know
5.
what? No, do you know what it is? Because this is why I don't talk about this stuff. I'm with anything to do with like the new social medias or like the LGBT community.
Yep.
Leave them to their devices. The way I say, if they're happy.
No, but the problem is now.
I'll just keep my-
No, but the problem is now. The next thing coming, and it's already been released, and I saw this last week. I said it a year ago.
Yeah.
There's something called MAP,
Man.
and they want inclusion into the LGBTQ+.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
MAP are called minor attracted persons, right? Pedophiles now are coming out to say it's not our fault. Love is love. We love children. We want to be inclusive.
No.
In the name of what? God.
What, man's about to take Shahada right now. Look at his face. He was like,
Yeah? You know, like that saying? On a sinking ship, there's no atheists.
Yeah.
Because when that plane's coming down or when that sink starts to rock, everyone, even the atheist, oh God. Yeah? So deep down, bruv, it's hardwired in your soul, in your heart. You know there's a power above you. There is a power above you. And it's in your heart. You just haven't realized it yet. Yeah? Look, mankind needs guidance.
No,
I'll tell you.
I don't think he's convinced.
Five
believe
ills,
they need guidance, that's true.
five ills of society: drugs,
Yep.
alcohol,
Yep.
gambling,
Yes.
sexual immorality,
Yep.
and interest. Interest, usury,
What do you mean?
the banking system.
Oh yes, true. Yes.
Making you take a mortgage
And then
for the next
charging
40
you
years
double,
of your life to pay back for a house that when you turn 65 you'll own.
Yeah. And then it goes back when you die.
This is enslavement, right? These five ills of society have killed us.
Yeah.
Yeah? These five ills of society are killing us. You only need to take a trip out to any city centre on a Friday or Saturday night, or visit the A&E department. Yeah? You'll see thousands and thousands and thousands of people going in and out. You've seen it in your life, right? I'm born and bred here, brother. Yeah? I've seen that life. I've seen it, and I've seen what it does to people.
Yeah.
What alcohol does to people, what drugs does to people. Gambling, one of the biggest causes of male suicide and one of the biggest causes of divorce within households.
Yes, sir.
So now you've got kids growing up without their father, without both their parents present, right? Because of gambling, because of alcohol. So what does Islam say? Anything Islam tells you to stay away from, there's a benefit in it. And
Yeah, once again, it seemed like this guy agrees with everything being said here. So again, the question is, what's holding you back? Honestly, what do you feel like you're missing out on? Because he keeps going back to like, oh, I don't want to follow the rules. What rules do you don't want to follow? And he might honestly have never asked himself that question. And upon hearing it, he might realize, oh, good point. Actually, I don't know. And he'd be one step closer to taking Shahada, inshallah.
anything Islam tells you to do, anything Islam tells you to stay away from, there is
A reason.
what's the word I'm looking for? It's got mind blank there.
Yeah.
There's problems within
Yeah,
those
yeah, of
things.
course.
And anything
I know.
Islam tells you to do
Has benefits for you, I know.
right? So now I'm saying to you, Lewis, right? You believe that there's some form of energy that created
I
us.
believe of an energy.
A higher
I believe
power.
of an energy.
Yeah?
I wouldn't put a name on it though.
God is
Okay,
the
that's
creator
fine.
of energy.
Do you believe it makes sense that if there was a higher being of some sort, that higher being would give us some kind of groundwork to live
I
by?
believe, this is a very funky way of saying it, but I believe with every built creation comes an instruction manual.
Excellent.
So I also believe if human beings were created as
Man, it's
they
given
were, which they
dawah
were,
is a non-Muslim.
that they would come with some form of instruction manual. So
we believe
I understand that.
you're actually on the same belief as a Muslim right now, because we believe from the start God sent down instruction manuals. So God sent down to Abraham manuscripts.
Yep.
God sent revelation.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
sent down to Moses the scriptures. Yeah, the Torah, the 10 Commandments. What was the first commandment?
No idea.
Thou shalt not associate partners to God. Thou shalt not worship any other God except me.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Second commandment was, thou shalt not make images of that God.
Do you mean give him a face?
Yeah.
Give him a vision.
Right. Idols.
Because it tempts people to believe.
Thank you.
Okay, I know.
Now what
Man,
happened?
that's such a trip, man, to think about. It's literally the second commandment, and then you walk into almost any Christian church. What do they have? Crosses with Jesus on it. It's crazy. Even in the Orthodox Church, they depict all the saints and Jesus and Mary and everything. Everywhere. They're huge about their icons in the Orthodox Christian Church.
And the Jews, they went away from that scripture. They disobeyed the laws of God. So what did God do? The Creator. He sent Jesus. Jesus came with the New Testament, the Gospel, and he guided the people back. He said, look, this is the command. And he said, I have not come for anyone but the lost sheep of Israel. Yeah.
All right, brothers and sisters, I think this is enough. Let me know down in the comments. Okay, so this video is titled Very Emotional Quran Reaction. And so far we have had no Quran reaction. I believe it's probably in the second half of the video, inshallah. Let me know down in the comments if you want a part 2 to this video. But I think this is getting to be quite long of a video here, so I'm going to cut it off here. And I like doing this. I like watching these dawah videos. I feel like it increases my iman. It also gets my mind sharp. It's like I feel like I'm doing hindsight dawah. It's like I'm able to kind of pick this stuff apart because it's in hindsight. Whereas if it was live, I would make many mistakes. You know what I mean? But I think it's good practice for me to increase my dawah. You know, I need to do that. We all need to do that. You know, I got non-Muslim immediate family members to give dawah to. You know, so I want to increase my dawah skill. May Allah increase me in it. Ameen. That's all I got, brothers and sisters. Hopefully that video was beneficial to you and your deen. And inshallah, we will see you all in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.